What's up, 5th graders? I'm a llama. See my llama ears? See my llama nose? Anyway, I'm just here to say it's time for computer class to get started. So, watch this video, follow the directions, and good llama luck.
Okay, 5th graders, the first thing we need to do is get signed into Google. So I'm going to have you open Firefox at the bottom of your screen. In the address bar, you need to type google.com. You'll need to hit the blue sign in button and go ahead and type in your email and your password. Do not hit the waffle button yet. Go ahead and pause this video and come back when you're finished. Okay, now it's time to click your waffle, and instead of Classroom today, we're actually going to go about this a little bit differently. So I need you to open Google Slides. Once you open Google Slides, we're going to start a blank presentation, so you can click on the plus sign right here. You'll notice that the first thing Google asks you to do is choose a theme over here on the right-hand side. This will decide the color and design of all your slides and the rest of the presentation. So take a moment to choose one that you like. You can pause this video and come back when you're finished. Pick the one you like? Alright, let's continue. We can X out of our theme box to give us more room. We're going to add a title to our presentation by clicking in this box. Your title will be all about, and then you need to pick an animal that you're interested in learning about. It does need to be a real animal though. I'm going to go with the rhinoceros. In the subtitle box, you can type by and your name. If you'd like to, remember that you can change text by double-clicking. If you want to highlight a lot of text, you need to click and drag. You can change the color of your text here. You can change the size of your text here. And you can change the font of your text here. Go ahead and take a minute to get your title slide exactly the way you want it. You can pause the video and come back when you're finished. Now that your title slide is perfect, we need to add our next slide. We can do that by clicking the plus sign, or if you want to choose your layout, the little drop-down arrow next to the plus sign. You can choose the one you want, but keep in mind that your next slide will need a space for a title, it will need space for some words, and it will also need enough room for a picture. I'm going to choose this one. You can take some time, choose the one you want, and continue the video when you're ready. We are going to go ahead and title our first slide, Fact Number 1. Now we have to go do some research. At the top of your screen, you can see that you have one tab open. We're going to open a new tab. We are going to first go to google.com so that we can search for something called Kiddle. It's going to be the first hit shown to you. And when you get there, it'll look like this. Go ahead, open your new tab, find Kiddle, and come back when you're ready. Now that you're at Kiddle.com, I'm going to have you go to Kpedia, which is Kiddle's encyclopedia. You're going to go ahead and search for whatever animal it is you're researching. I'm typing rhinoceros. It gives you lots of results, but the one I'd like you to take a look at is the top one that actually comes from Kiddle Encyclopedia. When you click on it, it's going to open a whole article about your animal. I need you to find one fact that you think is important and highlight it by clicking and dragging. Go ahead, highlight your fact, and come back when you're ready. Now that you have your fact highlighted by clicking at the beginning and dragging to the end, we are going to copy this sentence or sentences. If I come to the top of my screen, I'm going to click Edit and Copy. I could also copy by using my keyboard and hitting this symbol and the C key at the same time. Command C. Now that I have my sentence copied, I'm going to go back to my other tab. I'm going to click in my next box where the text or words are going to go, and I can choose Edit, Paste, or if you'd rather use your keyboard, Command V. There's my sentence. Something we do have to consider, though, is that this sentence doesn't belong to us. we need to put a quotation mark at the end. We need to put a quotation mark at the beginning. And we also need to include the web address of where we found it. So I'm going to go to a new line. I'm going to put a little dash symbol. And now I'm going to go back to my Kiddle. I'm going to copy the web address, which you know how to do already. Edit copy or Command C. And now I can Command V or edit paste the address right below my fact. Now it's time for you to take a minute, copy paste your fact, copy paste your source. Go ahead, pause the video, and come back when you're ready. Now that you have your fact and your source done, it's time to get some pictures. I am going to go back to my Kiddle page and I'm going to find a picture that I'd like to put in my slideshow. We can copy it as a small picture, but a bigger picture will always give us a better resolution. So I'm going to click on this rhinoceros and see if I get him bigger. That's perfect. Now we're going to have to use our keyboard. I am going to find the Control key on my keyboard. It says Control. It's in the bottom row. I'm going to hold down Control while I click on the rhinoceros. That brings up my menu. I'm going to find Copy Image and click it. I'll show you that again. I hit Control on my keyboard, I hit my mouse, and I can copy the image. I'm going to go back to my slides, and just like we did with our fact, I can either edit paste or I can Command V, and here comes my rhinoceros. Now of course he's giant, so remember, do not pull on your top or your side because you're going to smush him. Resize your rhinoceros by using the corners, get him to a good size, and place him where you want him to be. Don't worry about this box. It won't show up in our final presentation. I need you to repeat this 2 more times so that you have a total of 3 pictures. When you go back to your Kiddle page, don't forget that you clicked on an image. So now you need to use that back button to get back to your rhinoceros page or your animals page. Go ahead and pause this video, take some time to get your 3 pictures, and come back when you're finished. Okay, you should have 3 pictures on your slide now. One problem that you've probably noticed is that our pictures are going to have to overlap somehow. And I'd like to show you how to make that happen so that the pictures look the way you want. Like right now, this rhino, his face is covered up, and I don't want that. I can Control click on my rhinoceros, just like we did before. I can scroll down to my order option, and I can choose bring him to the front. Now I can see my rhinoceros and place him exactly where I want him to be. I can do this for my graph as well. Maybe I'm going to put this one somewhere else. I want him to come to the front. I'm going to move him over here. And let's say that I wanted to send him backwards. I can do the same thing. I can hit Control, Order, and I can send him to the back. What I'd like you to do now is play with ordering your images until you have all 3 overlapping and looking the way that you want them to look. Go ahead and pause the video and come back when you're finished. Now your slideshow should look like mine. You have the title, fact number 1. You have your fact pasted. You have your source pasted, and you have 3 images that overlap each other. You are now ready to turn in your slideshow. The first thing that we need to do is title our presentation. So we need to click up here, and it's automatically going to pull in the title from your title slide. So that is perfect. In order to turn in your work, you need to use any of your tabs to find your waffle. If you don't see your waffle, simply type google.com into your address bar. Once you find your waffle, you need to go to Google Classroom. You need to open your class. Where it says Google Slides Practice, we are going to click on that. We are going to use the Add button to add a file from your personal Google Drive. You should see under the Recent tab your rhinoceros presentation. The student's isn't shown here because she hasn't finished it yet. You will simply select the file that you want. You will click the Add button. You'll wait for it to finish loading, and then finally you will click Turn In.
Llama.